Hi everyone. Today we're going to look at how to query a CloudWanderer Neptune database for public EC2 instances. We're writing this in OpenCypher, and we've started off by looking for nodes or vertices which have the label AWS EC2 instance. You can see this node has all the attributes returned from the describe EC2 instances API call. Now that we've got some results, we can start to look at what relationships the EC2 instance has. Here we can see it's connected to things like a network interface, an EC2 instance profile, an AMI, etc. But to discover whether the EC2 instance is publicly accessible, we need to find out if it has a route to the internet. To find the route, we need to first find the subnet. At the same time, we're also going to pull up a list of other resources the subnet is related to. That way we can figure out what the next step in our traversal is going to be. We can see that it's related to a route table, so that's going to be the next step in our traversal. Once again, we're going to look at the resources that the route table is associated with. We can see that this route table is associated with a few other subnets, as well as the one our EC2 instance is in. But we're not interested in those. We're instead interested in the routes that this route table has. Now you can see that the only resource that has a relationship with our route is an internet gateway. And this means that the instance does in fact have a route out to the internet. Now we're going to filter our query down to look at internet gateways specifically. That way we'll only return instances that have a route out to the internet. But we still don't know whether the security group allows access from the internet. To find out, let's create a second match clause to look at the security groups attached to our instance. To do that, first we need to figure out how the security group is related to our instance. We have volume, image, network interface, that's what we want. There's our instance, network interface, security group. If we open up the attributes panel for our security group and scroll down, we can see two attributes, IP permissions and IP permissions egress. We can see that IP permissions is empty. That means we actually want to filter this instance out of our query. So let's add a where clause that looks for 000/0 in the inbound IP permissions. Great, that worked. But to make sure it works as expected, let's change our where clause to filter it back in. And now it shows up again, proving our query works as expected. That's it. Thank you for joining me in this intro to CloudWanderer. Visit cloudwanderer.io for a quick start guide to show you how to start writing graph queries against your resources today.